Okay, so here is a little update on the house design that I was working on Sketchup, and this is on the new version of Sketchup because I was using the last year's version, and the entire model just disappeared while I was working on it. So I had to actually start completely over from scratch. So it didn't actually take me that long because I had already done it once before. But so I made some changes too while I was at it, and among those changes are it's still a 2x6 roof, common rafters are 2x6. 16-inch centers. I actually made it a little steeper. The roof is a little steeper. You probably can't actually tell, but it sits at 35 degrees. These do now. So that is a 8.4 to 12 pitch roof. That's still 2x8 ridge beam. I took away the overhang on the front and rear of the house, so on the gable ends. Before it looked like this with overhangs that stuck out past the walls, and it was just more materials intensive, more framing to do, so more complicated, more difficult, more expensive and everything. So I decided to just get rid of that and go with this, which is so much cleaner and easier and simpler and cheaper. And I also made these 2x4 horizontal braces 10 feet long, so they sit a little lower. Figure they'll actually do a little bit more work there. You know, they'll work a little bit better. 4x4 verticals in the middle and both ends that sit on top of a load-bearing wall. And so yeah, steeper roof, no overhangs on the ends. The side overhangs are a little shorter, they're only like 6 inches. There's the walls it sits on top of. They're 2x6, 16-inch centers. They're the same as they were before, pretty much. It's only like a 4-foot tall wall, and that still gives me between this floor here, which again is 2x6, 16-inch centers, little bracing, 2x6 bracing in there. You can see here how this 4x4 post sits there, especially if I put up this. There's the interior wall that it sits on top of, and it's braced in there like that. So that's pretty good stuff. That thing's not going anywhere. And then same thing, it shows you that these end ones sit on top of this wall here, the exterior wall. Even with these 10-foot 2x4 braces, I still have, even with plywood on the floor, drywall on the ceiling, it'll still be like almost 6.5 feet of clearance floor to ceiling. So that'll be fine, you know, for me to walk around in, or even someone a little bit bigger than me. I didn't reframe out all my windows and my back door yet, but I'll get into that eventually. I made all these first floor wall studs like 7'9" instead of 8 feet, so my plywood sheathing works out a lot better, which I added to this model like so. I didn't finish the gable ends, but I'll get to them eventually. I got all the plywood, so these on the roof, now that I got rid of those overhangs, That's 3 full sheets of plywood, uncut. Just 3 sheets. Throw them up there and nail them. And that's 2 sheets and 2 half sheets. So, and same thing for the sides. The broad sides of the house. Here's the front end. I didn't cut out my door yet. I got to do that. But this way I'll be able to, figure out easily. 1, 2, 3 sheets. I think this is more than, or that's less than a half a sheet. So that would actually be 1, 2 and a half. Same thing on the other side would be 5. You get it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So 10. So 15 sheets there, and then so I'll be able to have an easy count of what I need exactly. And at this point, I think I'm getting everything pretty well figured out. I also changed it so that if you look more closely, I'm going to get rid of the roof here for a second. This wall panels are actually like framed out so that I can build this on the ground, set it up there, build this on the ground, set it up there, nail it, and then set the top plates on top of them. And the same thing for the first floor walls. So I just set up my top and bottom plates for the walls a hell of a lot smarter this time, so that it'll be a lot easier to build. And yeah, again with the 2x6 sill plates, I did 3 2x6s instead of, I think 2 2x8s is more common, but just staying with using mostly all the same materials for the whole building. This is all 2x6, 2x4, and 2x4s, and only 2 2x8s, 2 12-foot 2x8s, and they are they're just the ridge beam here. Oh yeah, and I got these 4x4s too, but still, really not a whole lot of crazy stuff to order, and I'm going to start working on quantities of everything that I need soon, and that'll give me price guidelines and everything else. So, also, sheathing, this is all half-inch. Just half-inch OSB, and then I guess then it'll get Tyvek home wrap, and we're not sure what we're going to do for siding yet. I don't know if we're going to do the exterior siding, just pressure treated, finished wood siding, or we talked about stucco, but that we can really figure that out when it's time to put it on there. Really, it doesn't make much difference. Definitely going to be a metal roof, but as far as the wall siding, we don't know yet. But yeah, that's what I got this time around. Hopefully Sketchup doesn't throw this in the garbage like it did last time. And I'm going to print up some more pages. I have like the whole thing printed up, so it's easy to figure out if it does disappear again, which I doubt it will. It's just a glitch in the old Sketchup, I guess, but whatever. So there it is. Alright, let me know what you think. Okay, see ya.